Rapunzel did not remember her mother. The room within the single circular wall of the tower was the only world she'd ever known. So she's growing up and going nowhere, walking in circles every day the same, locked in a tower and bored out of her brain. Something about her pain and her solitude spoke to me in this tale told by women over centuries. Why did Rapunzel's hair grow so long it reached from the tower and all the way down to the ground? I wish I could tell you this story with feelings instead of words. In her, I feel this tiny speck of desire, and it burns. And I'm going around in circles. The tale tells me she's perfect as a virgin, but I know her virginity feels like a burden. I know how her innocence feels like ignorance, and it's heavy and it hurts her. I know this because I've been her. I've cleaved to images of femininity and I've seen her. You've seen her. Girls locked in towers. Girls locked out of reach of their own powers, while around the edges of their mind run stone-cold rings of doubt. Like, if only I were normal, they would surely let me out. This tale has never been about what she wants. It's about what others wanted. She needs us to see her there. Self-bound, tower-bound, bordered by empty wilds. Body awakened, she's no longer a child. Aching cells follow a longing that's growing stronger, and the hair grows longer and longer. It grows fast and wild as a flood to attest to that burden of yearning, that stranded flesh, ridiculous, limitless, cumulant zest of unspent and festering energies repressed in that tower. And yes, the hair was a symbol of sex. Her skin called out to be caressed and was ignored by those brothers grim who buried her body in metaphor. No vagina exists anywhere in this story. No little pulses at her groin sending shivers through her loins and coiling into our imaginations. No. Just a trail of hair that smacks of desperation, overcompensating for her narrative castration. This tale has never been about what she wants. It was about what we wanted her to be. And as we tell it over centuries, what's buried in those metaphors has always reflected what we wanted to see. And so she's painted like a patient maiden in all of those dainty illustrations, golden hair cascading downward as she smiles like an angel, waiting and waiting to be saved. And how many of us, trapped in our own towers, our own relationships, have repeated the same archaic phrases, like, I can see no way out of my situation. And so we go around in circles, over time and over generations. I thought this story was finished with me, but it still had more. And for every tower that falls, another one rises in our minds. One day, Rapunzel saw a prince ride by, and then her hair grew madly as she dreamed of him at night. Next day he saw the hair flying from the tower like a golden banner, calling him to enlist in the army of love. And he climbed into her room and into her bed, and then her belly was swelling, her body was telling a secret that got her thrown out, and his eyes torn out on thorns, and of course her hair was shorn, because she was not innocent anymore. And after years of wandering blind in the wilds, he heard her singing, and then all was reconciled. The woman, the man, and soon came twin babies, and in these stories that means double happiness. So you see, when Rapunzel's life was stopped off, her life force became unstoppable. And we call that kind of power vagina. Cunt, pussy, desire, whatever. Like the hair that grew so long it reached all the way down to the ground because her body was intelligent enough to find a way out. And yes, we go around in circles. We pass down the laws of our bodies in stories. And that power echoes across centuries. That power has been shrouded in mystery. That power has been hidden beneath obscure symbols. That power has been smuggled into childhoods through dainty illustrations and archaic phrasing. That power has been carried safely across the dangerous waves of history, on the tongues of your grandmothers and your aunties and your spinster neighbours and your nursery maids, so that they could say, hey, this story belongs to you. That power has been previously known by the names of Rapunzel, Rampion, Petrocinella, Persinet, Angiola, Uzambene, Brunella, but no matter what we called her, the tale has never been about her. It's about what we wanted our daughters to be. And as we tell it over centuries, what's buried in those metaphors has always reflected our one certainty, that no matter what towers hold her, she will always walk free. Woo!